Hello there, welcome to another session. And in today's session, we'll be covering how to find a problem area to work on. As much as the idea is good, it's also very important to be mindful to find a problem that is worth your time and energy. Because finding a proper problem area to work on is what influences the whole startup journey. It dictates how you do your research, it dictates how you do your brainstorming, it dictates the type of co-founders or the type of people you bring around to work with you. It dictates how you even go to market. So this is a very critical step. Finding a problem area is not as complicated. It's about looking around. It's about looking inside you. It's about doing a little bit of research and finding a niche or a gap or a problem that is worth solving. A problem area is not a complicated statement. A problem area should be simple, should be relatable. People should identify with it the moment you just mention it. You do not have to explain a lot. That's how you know you have come up with a good problem area to work on. For example, there are a few problem areas that are on the screen. For example, malnutrition among kids. It's a problem area. It's something that you do not have to explain a lot to people to understand. Low crop yields in Kenya. For sure, again, it's another problem area. Unemployment among the Kenyan youth goes without saying. People can identify with this problem. People can see what you mean. So how do you find a problem area that you are passionate about? How do you find a problem area that is worth your time and effort? Well, the first thing that is very key is lived experience. And this is something that we try to advise anybody starting the startup journey or the journey of creating something. Your experience matters. What have you experienced? You as yourself. What has your family experienced? What is your community experiencing? It's through experiences that you are able to find gaps and do something about it. What has affected you personally? If you don't have experience with the problem area you're passionate about, don't worry. You will need to find people who do and work with them. Because tackling something that is personal to you, tackling something that you have an experience with, it gives you the drive and vision to keep working on it. The second thing is your geographic location or geographic setting. For example, people who live in areas where they grow tea, they might come up with a problem area that revolves around tea. People who live in very cold areas may strive to look for problem areas associated with that geographic setting. Where do you live? What challenges affect your community right there in that geographic setting? Again, these are questions to ask yourself so that you can come up with a problem that is worth your time, your effort, and energy. I repeat step one. What have you experienced in your own life that you'd like to do something about? For example, have you experienced bullying? That can be a strong motivation to come up with a solution for bullying. Have you experienced traffic jams along Nairobi or in Nairobi? Since it's something that you have experienced, it's very easy then for you to craft a meaningful problem out of that, a problem that can shape how you continue building your solution, that can shape how you come up with an idea to solve it, and all of that. Lived experience is critical. The second thing I mentioned was geographic setting. Start local. You don't have to look at a problem that is affecting another continent. You can start locally. The other question you can ask yourself is, what is my passion and motivation? For example, if you're interested in crocheting, right? It's your passion, or you're interested in in football, right? Or your motivation is in hiking, right? You can find meaningful challenges that are affecting what you're passionate about. You could look around your area of specialty. What are the gaps? What are the problems in my area that I'm passionate about? And that can help you come up with something that is worth working on. What are your motivations? What wakes you up in the morning? What is your vision of a better world? What keeps you up at night? What do you love working on? What resources do you have access to? Do you have some certain skills? What are you good at? Your strengths and your weakness. All these will help you, all these questions will help you identify something that you are willing to put your time and energy to work on. Unmet needs. What are people crying about? What are people protesting about every time? What are the important and most pressing needs? That is important. Please note that all these questions are not requirements. It's not a checklist. They are just things you need to ask yourself when finding a problem to work on. For example, if you're passionate about refugees, if you have been a refugee yourself, you have had that experience, then you can try and craft a problem area to work on in that area. Maybe when you are doing a little bit of research about refugees, you realized they don't have quality education. Then a problem area could be, then how do I come up with a solution for quality education for refugees, right? Again, you don't need to ask yourself all of these questions, right? You just need to think about what is important to you.